Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, 4 swimmers from Las Vegas Sandpiper Swim Club are on their way to the Summer Olympics, and find out how Ward 2 can help feature your new business. Here to discuss these topics and a whole lot more is the councilwoman who represents Ward 2. You know who it is, Victoria Seaman. Welcome back. How are you?
Good to be here.
It's
good morning.
Good to see you. We both live in Ward 2, so I love doing this show because we're talking about our neighbor.
That's right.
So, of course, you know the area very well. You represent that area, but for those of you out there not exactly sure where Ward 2 is located, well, no problem. We're going to show you. It's right there on the map. Basically, it's the area west of the Rainbow Curve. If you live in that area or work in that area, you're in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. And of course, if you're a resident out there, you are represented on the Las Vegas City Council by Victoria Seaman. We always talk about this, but that area west of the 215 there,
growing.
It's really growing. Yeah, yeah.
It's growing, and we're getting a lot of new businesses in.
Yeah, we are. We're going to talk about that today. Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. First, though, this is really exciting. You posted this on Facebook. You said, I want to congratulate Katie Grimes, Bella Sims, Erica Sullivan, and Bo Becker of the Sandpipers of Nevada in their selection to swim on Team USA in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. Thank you for your dedication and passion to the sport of swimming.
How exciting is that?
That is really amazing. And you then went out, of course, after the kids qualified to go to the Olympics, you were out there to present them a certificate, right?
Right, and a little pin, so they're hoping they'll bring that to Japan and, you know, represent the city of Las Vegas as well.
So it's amazing stuff. Katie Grimes, the one that you just saw there at the end, she is 15 years old and qualified to go to the Olympic Games.
They train hard, and they're a great team. These Sandpipers are just amazing.
They really are.
What they do, how they train these kids, their devotion and loyalty to our youth. And some of these kids have been swimming since they've been 6 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Barely able to walk, let alone do anything else, but they're swimming. One of the kids on the team didn't start swimming until she was much older, though, and still qualified to go to the Olympics. It's an amazing thing. She must be obviously just a great athlete. But, of course, this is near and dear to Councilwoman Seaman because the Sandpipers train at the Pavilion Pool, which is out there in Ward 2. Yeah, right next to the Veterans Memorial.
Yeah, and it's great. If people want to go out and watch them swim, they should do so because these kids are amazing.
Well, the whole world's going to get to watch them here shortly because they're going to be in Tokyo competing here very shortly. And we wish them the best of luck.
We
and of course, they weren't the only Las Vegans that went. We had a variety of people, variety of local athletes. But for the Sandpipers, I know near and dear to you because they train right literally in your backyard. Yeah. And so congratulations to them.
Not only that, but these kids go off with scholarships.
Yep,
I mean, they are just amazing kids.
Yep.
So it's a good program, and people should check them out if they want to get their kids involved with swimming.
Yeah, I have to chuckle. Bo Becker is the oldest of the group. He's in his 20s, and so he's the veteran in his early 20s. The rest of them, they're literally teenagers and made the team. That's incredible.
It is incredible. We're very proud of them.
We are. And speaking of kid athletes, we had the Las Vegas Kids Triathlon took place. You were out there to present some awards, right?
I was out there to present the awards. I got the best part of the whole show. And we're so proud of these kids. It was hot out there.
Yeah, it's been hot, yeah.
It's been very hot. And those kids go out, there were dozens and dozens of kids out there that participated. So we just want to say thank you to all the kids who participated. And then I was able to present awards to the winners, which was just amazing.
Yeah, so these are kids at triathlon, they're going to swim, bike, and run? Is that the deal? Wow, taking that up early. So that'll serve them, they'll be in great shape for the rest of their lives.
Exactly, and they learn teamwork and all kinds of great things.
That took place back on June 12th, and it was at Kellogg's Air, right?
Yeah, and it was pretty hot back then.
Yeah, it's been an amazing summer of heat. Yeah, I've lived here a long time, and I can't remember a summer that's been quite like this one. And then, Councilwoman, we love when new businesses open in the city. Love it. And especially when they open in Ward 2. That's even better, too. You had a place, a brand new shop called Maiden White. They had their grand opening. That took place back on June 6th. This is a bridal shop?
This is a bridal shop, and this is kind of near and dear to my heart because a lot of people would like some variety when they look for wedding dresses, and we just didn't really have that here in the city of Las Vegas. I mean, we have bridal shops. We have David's Bridal, which is amazing. But these specialty boutiques that carry certain designers, we have not had. So this one was kind of near and dear to my heart, that people can now, right in Ward 2, look for their wedding apparel. And it's a great little shop. And so I was excited to go do the ribbon cutting, and they will be featured on my small business coming up. A lot of businesses popping up in Ward 2.
That's good. That's a good sign. That means the economy is strengthening.
Yes, after this whole shutdown last year, it is exciting to see businesses pop up and people out ready to take a risk and open a business. So I'm pretty excited.
Well, Made in White is located in
Village Square
there on Sahara, 9420 West Sahara. You're welcome to the neighborhood, Made in White. I'd love to have you here. And you've had, like you've said, Councilwoman, after the past 15, 16 months, it's wonderful to see these new businesses opening up. People obviously have confidence that we're going to move ahead. And
and a lot of young women entrepreneurs out there.
I noticed that,
I've seen that in Village Square. We have 2 new ones. We have the other business we featured not too long ago. And so it's nice to see that they're willing to take a risk in the economy and bring their vision to fruition.
Yeah, exactly
so very excited about that.
Looks like a great shop too. So. And then, Councilwoman, we're going to talk about Small Business Saturday. It's a feature that you have on social media. We'll talk about that later in the program, but really important if you're a small business person out there. You might want to stick around because we're going to tell you how we can help get word out about your business. And then, Councilwoman, you were out, this is interesting, you were out at a Police Protective Association event. Now, it's near and dear to you because your family's been in law enforcement. You posted this on Facebook. You said, today I had a great time at the Las Vegas Police Protective Association event at Allenbeck Park.
What I love about our metro here in Clark County is that they do a lot of community events. They reach out to the public. So I am always going to participate when they have an event. And yes, they are near and dear to my heart because of a whole family of law enforcement.
So the event, was it a picnic or was it what was
it was sort of a picnic. It was a carnival picnic. They do different events throughout the year, and I'm talking them into doing one in Ward 2.
Maybe that's right.
Our newly Bruce Trent Park, we have given it a great facelift. So perhaps next year we'll be doing some events right here in Ward 2.
That's a great idea. Just bring it into Ward 2. We need to have this stuff like that.
Yeah.
Allenbeck Park's a great park, and I understand the significance.
It's beautiful.
Allenbeck's a former Metro police officer killed in the line of duty, but we'd love to have an event,
closer to home.
Yeah, closer to Ward 2. So, and then speaking of Metro, you had posted this on Facebook. You said, today I was joined by the Michelonis family at the city of Las Vegas. They came from all over the country to honor him with a proclamation signed by Mayor Carolyn Goodman, making June 11th Shea Day. What a great privilege to honor this hero. And of course, Courtshay Michelonis was the Metro officer that was severely wounded during some of the unrest that we had last summer, last June to be specific. So
right, and his family's been very involved with all across the nation, taking care of him and making sure that he's comfortable. And it was great to be able to meet some of his other family members and give them that proclamation that's so well deserved.
Of course, Shea was severely wounded to the point where he's lost the use of his arms and legs. So, but his family's rallied around him. His fellow police officers have, and wish him all the very best. He's a tough young man. So we'll see what comes next for him. So
for sure, we'll keep in touch.
Exactly right. So, and you also had the family. You honored them at City Council too.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. We honored them there, and then we decided to do a proclamation as well.
He was our Citizen of the Month, I believe.
He was our Citizen of the Month. My first one after we came back from COVID, coming out and starting our program once again, because it's so well deserved, and we don't want to forget about Shea, and we want to make sure that we continue to keep up with his progress.
Yeah, tough. It was a very tough situation. I know the family was really touched at the gesture from the city and from you specifically. So we had his father there, stepfather, and
his all of his team members
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Metro.
yeah.
I mean, that was very interesting to see that everybody showed up to make sure that they honored him.
Yeah. They were saying, I thought that was interesting, they were saying that Shay couldn't figure out why he was being honored. He felt like the people who had saved him
Should have been honored.
should have been the heroes, but of course we saw it a little bit
But
different.
we see him as our hero,
Right.
and once again, whatever we can do to let people know his progress, we don't want him to be forgotten for his service.
Yeah, we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. I know if anybody will. So, and then Councilwoman, another really important event. You took part on June 22nd, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. This has been a really key thing, especially during the pandemic. We heard about how rates of suicide had increased, and so obviously timely and important.
Exactly, it's so important, and I know, firsthand, someone who came to me and was so grateful that we had put this program on, because she had people that she was working with. She's in the healthcare profession, and it was important for her because now she had some of the tools to sort of talk to people that she hadn't had before. And I think if we can save one life, I mean, the class is worth it. We need to continue to do these classes, because sometimes we don't see the signs where people may think about taking their life. And as you said, since COVID, we've seen such an uptick in this, in suicide.
Yeah, there was so much pressure. People were under financial stress. They were under health strains. They had family members that were ill. And it was just it was a rough go. And you compound all of that if someone's already suffering from depression or already suffering some trauma in their life. You add all the pressures of the pandemic, and it can really put a lot of strain on people. So.
And our own Chief Freeman, retired Chief Freeman, led the class. And so we'll continue to do those classes in Ward 2 because I think they're important to keep talking about it.
Michelle Freeman was our former chief of our Department of Public Safety. She's since retired, but obviously still active. That was something that she took very seriously, and made sure that there was a lot of community awareness around suicide prevention. So
she's very, very active.
Yeah, and again, if you got someone in your life who's maybe been under an unusual amount of stress, probably something to be paying attention to. So
absolutely.
And then, Councilwoman, I love this too. You took part in an event out at the Canyon Gate Country Club. Always a nice place to visit, especially if you're a golfer. But you posted on Facebook, you said, it was an honor to be part of today's first annual Angel Wings on the Green golf tournament at the beautiful Canyon Gate Country Club. And this organization, I guess, does a lot of good, right?
A lot of good, a lot of different things. They raise money for people with cancer, homelessness. And what I love about this city is there's so much giving back. I mean, just in the short time that I've been in the city council and been involved and been invited to a lot of different events, I noticed that we have just so many organizations out there and people that are willing to give their time, their money, their energy to help other people. And this is one of the things that I really love about our city.
Yeah, I do too. A lot of groups like this. I'd never really heard of this group, but they're obviously doing a lot. And so thanks for giving them some attention and some props, because they obviously deserve it.
They do.
But Angel Wings on the Green, and obviously there was the golf tournament. I take it was a fundraiser to
raise money for
for all the good things they do. Yeah.
Yes.
So very good. Councilwoman, you've been busy. You've been all over the place, and then you also.
That's what my husband said.
Yeah, I know. It's like you never let any grass grow under your feet, so to speak. But you had the Vice Consul of Ivory Coast here, and you posted this on Facebook. You said, "I want to thank Ivory Coast Vice Consul A.T. King Nat Jr. for the chance to discuss economic opportunities between the city of Las Vegas and his country." Now, the Ivory Coast looking for business opportunities with Las Vegas.
Correct. And what's so nice about that is, first of all, I get to learn a little bit about the Ivory Coast, because I've never been there, and hear about some of the things that they're doing. And it's always great to see that people want to come to Las Vegas and do business. So I always entertain those meetings
Yeah, you
because
do.
I want to hear about what they have to offer. I want to hear about their country, and it was just a very nice meeting. Nice people.
What are they interested in trying to connect with in Las Vegas?
Well, that was what the meeting was about, to see what the opportunities are and to let us know what opportunities are in the Ivory Coast.
Very good, very good. It's obviously in Africa. So exciting stuff. You know, we've become definitely this international destination. People from all over the world are either want to visit here or have some connection to Las Vegas. It's exciting. And after the pandemic, we could certainly use it, right?
And we have the best concerts.
Yes, we do, and those are back finally. So
yes, best entertainment of the world.
Yeah.
We have so many things to offer here in the city of Las Vegas, and now with the new stadium, football coming, it's very exciting.
Yeah. It's been a long dry spell, and I think everybody's ready. Clearly, as we've seen firsthand, people are really ready to get back.
They are
out
ready
there,
to come out. Yes, absolutely.
Wish that wish everyone well, and as we swing back into things. And Councilwoman, I think this is exciting too. You've been really great about this. You have your breakfast buzz, where it's kind of a chance for people to just meet you informally. It's usually on a Saturday, right, generally?
Yes, it's always on a Saturday. It's a different Saturday every month, but it's always from 9 to 10. And what's so nice about it, as I saw this past Saturday, is we always meet new people. And what else I noticed this Saturday is everybody's meeting new people in the neighborhood. I mean, I was looking around and everybody was so engaged at their table and talking to the people they had just met. So this is really a good networking.
Yeah, it brings everybody together,
Absolutely. It's not just meeting me and my staff, but sometimes it's about bringing people together to talk about neighborhood issues amongst one another. And so we had this one at Hash Hash A Go-Go, and I can tell you, I'm so excited they're in our ward. First of all, we talked about that. And people really enjoyed themselves, and they really networked.
Yeah, and you do these, for those that don't know, you do these once a month. And it travels around to different restaurants.
In Ward 2, and this was our first one at Hash Hash, so that was nice. And we always have it advertised on social media, and we also send out emails. So if you really want to join us, then just join our email list.
Yeah, it's a great thing. Her Ward 2 e-newsletter is a great way to stay connected, and you can, before the end of the show, we'll tell you how to connect with her office. But Councilman, I think too it's great, like you say, people can come together, they can talk with you, but they can also talk about, hey, I didn't know you were my neighbor. Yeah, I live over here. You know, you connect with the people that live around. It's nice.
Connect with them, and then my staff is always there, all of my staff, so they will get your email if you want to get on the newsletter there, but also they will listen to whatever issues you're having, and they can take the information right there, and we'll be working on it as soon as we come in that Monday.
That's exactly right. I know you guys do. Councilman, what were you hearing? What were some of the issues in the neighborhood that are common that you typically hear?
It's such a variety.
Yeah, generally it's a little of everything, isn't it?
It's a little bit of everything, and no major issues.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good. Ward 2 is a great place to live, but you know what I like about Ward 2 is that people are involved. They are our eyes and ears, and so they always let us know. Oh, I did hear someone say they were happy about we put in some stop sign in the neighborhood, whichever neighborhood it was, I don't remember at this point. But they are grateful for the work that we do, and we do hear back from them. So we get feedback constantly.
Well, I think too the bigger message is that you're trying to make yourself accessible to the people that live in the ward, right? If they have an issue, you're available. You've got the breakfast buzz. We've got all the ways that people can communicate with your office, your newsletter, the website, your social media. We want to hear from you, and I know you want to hear from everyone.
I do, and we tell them no issue is too small.
Yeah, I know.
Because sometimes they might be embarrassed. Oh, well, this probably isn't a big deal. Yeah. But you know, to us, whatever we can do to make the neighborhood better, I have a great staff, and they've dealt with all kinds of issues. So they have a lot of experience.
And I know too, during the pandemic, we got a lot of questions that really weren't part of the city. It was
correct.
outside of our jurisdiction. But you and your team really helped direct
Navigated,
people.
yes,
this is the right person to talk with here or over there or whatever it might
Yes.
be. So,
Yeah.
so important stuff. But we are here. That's the whole point. That we are.
We are here. We have been here, and we're going to be here.
Right, exactly. And then, Councilwoman, speaking of being here, we talked about this a little earlier, but you have a great feature on social media that's become a real mainstay. It's your Small Business Saturday feature. New business, small businesses within the ward. If you are a small business owner in the ward, let us hear from you, because Councilwoman will feature your business. You have to be in Ward 2, obviously, but she'll feature your business on her social media.
And if you're not sure you're in Ward 2, all you have to do is call, and we'll look it up. But it's really fun. All they have to do is make an appointment with us, and we show up and do everything and be willing to talk about their business. That's all they have to do.
Exactly.
And it's a lot of fun. It's a casual conversation. People say, "Oh, I'm nervous," and I say, "Don't worry, we're just having a conversation."
Right.
And we can always edit. So, but it's really nice that people feel so comfortable because of the way we do it.
Yep.
Again, it's just a conversation about their business, very informal.
Learned a lot. I've told you this, but learned a lot. You had everything on there from dry cleaners to restaurants to, we talked about the new bridal shop. So it's a little bit of everything.
That's
and
right.
So it doesn't have to be a particular kind of business, but if it...
Oh, no, it can be anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
So, and I love it because, like I say, I live in Ward 2 and often didn't know that these businesses were so close.
Well, how would we?
Yeah.
I mean, unless we get an advertisement from them. But it is nice because there are businesses I go to, and I'm very excited to use their services after I visit them.
Well, I've done the same thing. I've seen them on your Small Business Saturday, and then I've gone out and experienced them myself. It's like, oh, that looks like a good place to visit. I'll check it out. So, but well, anyway, Councilwoman, the show always goes by fast, and the clock on the wall says we need to start wrapping it up. But we always want to tell everybody out there, hey, we want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Victoria Seaman, you can find her on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. She's very active. You can also contact the Councilwoman just by picking up the phone, 702-229-2420, or you can send her an email. The address is ward2@lasvegasnevada.gov. And you'd mentioned this, Councilwoman. You've got a great e-newsletter that comes out regularly about Ward 2. That'll keep people informed. Plus the city's website, lasvegasnevada.gov. We've got all the council members have their own pages where you'll be able to know what's going on within the ward as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good
Definitely.
stuff. All right. Well, we'll see you back here in 6 weeks with another update from Ward 2.
Wonderful.
That sounds
Thank
good.
you for having me.
It's good to have you on the show, and stay cool out there in the meantime. Everybody do the same as we get through this heat. But in the meantime, don't miss our next show beginning on July 22nd with Ward 5 City Councilman Cedric Creer. You can now catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time around.